Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. The communication that is coming from the Communications Authority of Kenya, CAK, has revealed that they have suspended their immediate former Director General, Ezra Chiloba. In a communication that was sent from the chairperson, Madam Mary Mungai, in an internal memo, reads that Communications Authority of Kenya internal memo to all staff and from the chairperson and a copy to the AG Director General. The date is 18th and there is the reference there, and it says reappointment of Mr. Christopher Wambua as a Director General in an acting capacity, and it reads reference is made to the above subject matter following a meeting of the authorities board held on 18th September 2023, resulting in the suspension of the Director General. I am pleased to inform all staff of the appointment of Mr. Christopher Wambua as the Director General in an acting capacity effective today until further notice. I trust that you will accord him necessary support. Yours, Mary Mungai. So that is the communication. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Ezra Chiloba is a man who needs no introduction and is not very far from controversy. He became very synonymous and very famous in 2017 during the presidential elections, when he was seen to be a man who was wielding even more powers than the chairman himself, back then, Wafula Chebukati. In fact, when you looked at them and their body language wherever they met or in a meeting, you would think that Wafula Chebukati froze in the presence of Ezra Chiloba. In fact, he acquired himself a name, Chilobe, a man who speaks somehow good English, that he knows how to articulate matters in a Queen's language. He was the CEO of the IEBC. The position is now held by Hussein Marjan Hussein, and that office is also a very controversial one because after every election, accusing fingers are directed to you. So Wafula Chebukati was the chairman, and they were working hand in hand with the CEO. But the CEO seemed to be more powerful than Wafula Chebukati. It is in 2022 when we realized that now Wafula Chebukati overpowered his CEO. And I realized that two things are happening whenever you are given an office. One, it all depends on the people who donate that power to you. In 2017, Uhuru Kenyatta trusted Ezra Chiloba more than he did to Wafula Chebukati. And that is why Ezra Chiloba used to behave and act with a lot of authority. In fact, at some point after Maraga had nullified for the 2017 elections, Chebukati was wavering. Now the responsibility rested on the CEO, a man who was determined to ensure that Uhuru had their second term. So it depends on the people who trust you with that power, because they give you the authority and they allow you to move with speed and authority and audacity. Number two, it depends on the person himself. You've realized that there are some people whom when you give them an office, you will feel their presence. Someone was telling me that Raila Amolo Odinga is a man who needs no office, but you will feel that he is around. Now, in 2022, Wafula Chebukati was donated power by William Ruto himself. And that's why you could see Wafula Chebukati, acting in a manner to show that he is the real man, he was the real boss. In fact, it was recorded that he used to bully even the other commissioners. It is recorded or reported that when he was about to declare the presidential result, he called the commissioners and he told them, I have the results. And when they challenged him to at least have a look at the results, he told them it was not necessary, that all they had to do was just to be there and see him announce the results. So you realize that in 2022, Wafula Chebukati, a man who coiled his tail in the presence of Ezra Chiloba, became even more powerful because he was working with Marjan, and I think it is because now he had the experience that he had acquired. But later, Wafula Chebukati gathered courage and he suspended Ezra Chiloba after it was found that there were some irregularities after an audit of the IEBC, I think the way they used some funds. So Ezra Chiloba is not a man that needs an introduction. Then he was appointed to the office of Youth Enterprise Development Fund. That is a state agency that provides loan and grants youth entrepreneurs. So he was also there. When he was suspended, Uhuru Kenyatta favored him. That's why he was appointed to the Youth Enterprise Development Fund. Then he was also, after this, in a lengthy interview, he beat more than 100 people, and he was appointed to the office of the Director General, Communications Authority of Kenya. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, one would ask, why do you think Chiloba was suspended? In my considered opinion, I think William Ruto, in his usual manner, is doing away with Uhuru henchmen. Those people who are appointed by Uhuru in very high and sensitive offices must now go away, because William Ruto is creating a job for his people, and number two, he wants to create an authority that will oversee the 2022 elections. And such offices are very, very sensitive, the Communications Authority of Kenya. And so Ezra Chiloba must create a way and must create a space for someone who can be trusted, because I can assure you there are limits to which you deal with people. I know they had worked together in 2013 and 2017. In fact, in 2013, it was Oswago was the CEO. Then, in a very controversial manner, Oswago was kicked out and Chiloba was there. But Chiloba really cooperated, and that is why he rose through the ranks and became the Director General. But Ruto does not trust him, because the appointing authority then was Uhuru Kenyatta, and Uhuru Kenyatta really favored him. So William Ruto knows very well that this is not my guy, this is Uhuru's guy. And the relationship between William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta is not very cordial, and so he has to go away. You've seen William Ruto trying to kick out all the members of the team that Uhuru used to work with, even including the members of the military that Uhuru had appointed to the civil service. Ruto decided to do away with them, and this is the reason why this is happening. 2022 is at the core of Ruto's activities. Whatever William Ruto is doing, whether it is an appointment or something, it is geared towards 2027. That is why in the recent appointments in the KRA, it was given to a lawyer, and even the DPP was also given to a lawyer. So even in this, he might decide to give someone a trust from another community or someone from his own community, because, as I told you, these are sensitive offices. But then, those are just speculations of what we think might have happened, might have led to his suspension. We wait and see as the new turn of events as they unfold, so that we understand what exactly resulted into his suspension. But very many people would be very happy, because this is a man who also tried to bully the media when they captured Raila's demonstrations going around, and he gave them a show cause letter why they should not be punished for showing and capturing the nationwide protest, and how Raila was going around and how he was being received by very many people. So he's a man who has really rubbed shoulders the wrong way with the other people. And let's just wait and see. But this is really going to make news, because Ezra Chiloba is a man of controversy.